Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Backpack Trader Training Room for Thursday, September 8th, 2022. Please note the required risk disclosure. This room is for educational and informational purposes only. It is not to be considered financial advice. Trading of this type carries a substantial risk and should be attempted only with capital you can afford to lose. All right. All right. Looks like YM has a get in sync possibility. It's opening in just a little under 2 minutes. We'll see where we go from here. Crude this morning was favorable. This trade at 9:04. The long trade was just a little too early. Or actually not so much. It was right on start time, but way too fast to catch. You notice it went through in 3 seconds and never came back. So our first trade was 9:04. Plenty of time to get in that. Ends up entry at 83.24, picking up targets at 83.05 and 82.94. 19 and 30 ticks, 49 ticks total, and a one and done session. And the markets are open, and the YM trade stopping out. And we are short now with the get in sync. Short on soybeans. That long was filtered out. Long would have been untradeable anyway, even if not filtered out. We're looking for 1381. YM heading down precipitously there. No trades on the micro Russell at the moment. All right, the YM showed a long but too fast, and now showing a short at 327. That is the trade off the 20 SMA. That looks like it. Pull back into the 20. Hopefully that will, pulling back and testing the 20 one more time. See if we can continue on down. Nothing doing yet, and we don't. We actually get a long there. From 46, I would take that to at least 48. Not a big trade, so yeah, 48, and it just hit money management. And target one. So actually 40. That's gonna go to 51 on the stop and reverse. It'll adjust to 48, and then I would key level that to 51. But so that would be our entry. Our stop now would have been 52, and we get target one of 14 ticks. And a tick on the trailer. And now short, that would not have been enough to get us back in after the. And the short doing well so far. There's money management and target one. That one is a bigger trade. 29 ticks to target one. We went from 327 to 351. 48 tick loss. We pick up 15 on the first short, 29, and there's a long at. I think we need that for we may need that for a few ticks. From 339 to 331, 29 and 15 is 44. That's enough to get us positive, because that'll be exactly 50 ticks. I know that'll be 50. Yeah. 39 to 31. That'll be 50. 52. That will be positive on 3 trades. And soybeans reversed to long. And came back. Stop and reverse became valid after we crossed through the entry. So once we crossed through there, I'd cut my loss on the long. Or yeah, as soon as it pops through. So just mark it out and then put your entry to get in, and that would have then hit target 1 and 2, so it comes off. But so we only have the partial loss. Actually, we have 2 stop and reverses, one into the long, and that we mark it out of. Now we have a valid long trade, 1384. That's right. Yeah, 1384 for this, and we just did hit it, I believe. Yeah, and just ticked in. So we had a 1 and done on crude, 3 and done on the YM. YM is still on the September contract. I did look this morning, and the volume is still solidly on September on all 3 of our indices. Check it again tomorrow morning, because tomorrow is officially the last the rollover day. But it may not go until volume may not go until Monday. Just have to watch it. All right, while we're waiting for soybeans to do something, and we have a long trade on the pound Aussie. That trade is at 78. Now 200 is at 79. And the 50 is at 81. So that would be a tough. I'd want to take it to at least to 82 with where the 50 is, but that's a four pip adjustment. All right. Good morning, Miles, Roger, Pamela, Lynn, Arizona Bob. Hi. Which chart are you running on the Catapult RTY, Lynn? Yeah, on the full RTY, it looks like we got a nice short there using the custom Renko bars. M2K using the micro Russell. Also have a good solid short there. Picking up targets 3 and 4 and trailing down to roughly target 2. Second break-even trade. And trade number 3 hits target 3 and out at break-even on the trailer. And we go long. And that long is definitely going to be too fast. 3 seconds to target 1. Not going to be able to get into that, unfortunately, and that's the trade it's currently in. All right, the long on soybeans hitting target 1 for 11 ticks. Stop now at 84.25. and hitting money management and back to a break-even stop out on the pound Aussie. So we'll look for another trade there. All right, taking a look at unleaded gas, we have a trade set up about a minute and a half before our start time. Pulls down, bounces off the 50 EMA, which keeps it from hitting the stop. Comes back up, tests the 50 one more time, and back up again for a get in sync, and that goes target 1 and target 2. So whichever one you traded, that's going to be a one and done. 58 ticks to target 1, 89 to target 2, and something above 60 for the trailer. So both of those getting it done, both of our energies. All right, let's look in on the MNQ. This is the 12-3. 8:34 exchange time is our start, so that's 9:34 on my chart. So that's right in here along the time that it stops out at break even on that short trade. So that then goes into a long trade, definitely in it with this pullback back here, and that's going to be a break even trade. The short is going to be a full loss, depending on timing. 3. Yeah, that one's, we're definitely going to have gotten into that one. So that's a break even and a full loss. Now back to the long side. And hey, 4 seconds to money management. So that one is not tradable, unfortunately. And that's the trade we're currently in. And a very quick move up, it looks like. On all 3 market indices that we're tracking here. Now, YM didn't switch quite so fast, it doesn't look like. Well, yeah, it looks like 6 seconds on that bar, so that may have been the quick move. All right. Russell stopped out, so it's ready for a new trade. Crude oil inventory session is going to be at 11 a.m. Eastern time. Eastern time in the U.S., so that's New York. So we will take a look at the 10 a.m. mini session this morning. And I'll stay in here till about 10:30, and then I'll break and switch over. As Troy mentioned yesterday, he is going to be traveling through the rest of the month and sometime into October. So what my plan is I will continue doing Tuesdays and Thursdays. I'll go ahead and pick up Wednesdays with the crude oil inventory report. So we will be dark on Mondays. Next week, I'll be in on Tuesday, and then I'm going to be traveling the rest of next week and the following week. So next week will be dark Wednesday, Thursday, and looks like the following week will be dark all week. So the 14th and 15th and the 20th, 21st, and 22nd will all be dark, and I should be back in for the 27th. Okay, Lynn, so you're trading the same chart that I've got up here. You're trading it just one and done on that. I think the trade plan I was looking at, since that's a scalp type trade plan, rather than doing one and done, I think that one will go up to 3 losses or five or 6 wins, 6 trades total, possibly, but several wins on that trade plan. I'd have to go back. I'll have to go back and look at it again. All right, looks like the MNQ was probably not tradable on that long. Same second triggering in, and then it looks like it pulled back, touched the stop, and came back up. So that trade is done. Russell Long definitely is in. We've got a nice pullback here on the third bar. Money management, and it's a break-even trade. All right. Soybeans hit target 2. Did it make target? Yes, hit target 3 on the nose, and then pulls back for a stop out at 1387. So 12 ticks on the trailer, 11, 18, and 24 on targets. And that ought to get us positive. We're very close to it. Squeeze zone keeping us out of the short. Okay. Micro Russell and the MNQ both flat at the moment. We got about 9 minutes to the 10 a.m. crude session. Pound Aussie still flat, and there's another long on the MNQ. Plenty of time to get in sync with that one. Just triggered in for sure. MNQ trying to push upward. YM and the Russell also trying to push upward as well. YM bouncing off its 200 EMA, it looks like. And now a pullback happening on all 3. micro crude or micro Russell is more than 10 to 1 volume on the September versus the December contract. MNQ almost 500,000 to 64,000, so 8 or 9 to 1, 9 to 1. And the YM 58, almost 59,000 to 4,300, so more than 10 to 1 there. So volume is definitely solidly on the September contract still today. Well, that's definitely where you should be trading. Check it tomorrow morning. And soybeans, if you weren't positive, unfortunately just took a full loss on the long, and then now it's in the short 1384.50. Back and forth action this morning on soybeans. And the MNQ approaching, got close to target 1, 55.50. Looks like 2 points away. Now, 1.25. And there's target 1, so that will bring us to break even. And say, quick move up there. Target 2, that's going to be a win on the MNQ. And that will start trailing shortly. Three and 3/4 minutes. 3:45 to the crude's 10 a.m. crude session. All right, and stop and reverse, I'd take that at 41, and we're in the short on the micro NQ. Okay, crude did not hit money management. That came within 1, so that's a person. Make your own decision on that. As Troy said yesterday, he doesn't take those when they come back and to get in as a get in sync when they've gone that far. And the short stopped out for a second loss. So the MNQ is flat. And about 30 seconds to the crude mini session start. It's gone up within 2 ticks, 2 or maybe 3 ticks this time of money management. So I would definitely take this one off the table. And there is our start time. And a quick short. That was too fast to catch. 4 seconds. And time to get back in it. So short on crude. Now the question becomes, was that just a reaction, or which way is it going to go? And the answer to that question is down. Picking up target 1 and 2. So 10 and 16, not big trade this morning, but 26 ticks. And step aside. We have the inventory report coming up in an hour. M2K with a short. All right. And stopping out on the trailer on crude. So that completes there. And the soybean short meandering about, getting down close to target 1. Any other questions this morning? Questions or comments? New short off the 20 SMA on crude. But we're done at this point. I will be right back. Leave the charts running. Oh. All right, I'm back. Maybe power's fluctuating here a bit. Let's see. The only forex pair that I'm trading is the pound Aussie, and that's the only one that we typically are showing in the room as far as on a day trade basis. The SPFX service trades 8 charts on 7 pairs. I believe it's the pound trades the daily and the 4-hour chart on the pound yen. Trades the Australian dollar, Japanese yen, the AUD JPY, Euro AUD, Euro Aussie, Euro pound, Euro yen, the pound Aussie, and the USD CHF, US dollar Swiss franc. At the moment, Troy also has a few other pairs that he keeps on his workspace. I think his workspace has 12 or 13 pairs on it, and I'm not sure what. I know one of the others that he has on there that he just took off of the Spotlight FX swing trade service is he has a custom plan on the New Zealand NZD USD. But that's where Forex is, as far as I'm aware. That best thing there is do your sniff test and your back testing. Do your sniff test, do your UTA testing. Forex pairs are a little easier and harder in ways than your futures, because of course you can get data back several years on Forex and do some very good testing of that with you, and you can do very good job of looking at big questions with with the trade assist, because you can get so much data going back. All right. Okay, looks like we got a good solid short on the Russell right around 10 o'clock. And a solid long. And now do we? Looks like that went too far too fast. The long went too fast to catch. The short definitely got in with these pullbacks. And a new long, I would say that one's certainly avoidable. New short, And definitely in it. Bar 3 is 11 seconds, so a very, very good chance you got a chance to get in there, but then you have a pullback here. And we take a full stop, and potentially, that's where we are now. We're potentially long. Looks like that went one tick beyond the stop and our entry. I'm going to assume that we got stopped out, but we didn't get a chance to get an entry order in. Okay, going back to 10 o'clock on the MNQ. Did that help answer your question, Roger, on Forex? Yeah, looks like we have a few more join us. I bet they're starting to look for the crude oil inventory report. That's not going to happen until 11 o'clock this morning. All right, folks. Yeah, well, lots of time on the MNQ long. That's going to be a break even. Probably an avoidable short. First bar is just 1 second after the setup, and then it comes down one more tick and then goes back up. And we get a full stop out on the long. And we got a long trade going on the Russell. Getting back to the session open on the Russell. Going through all 4 targets. And I have to look at there's time in those 3 bars for there been a pullback within them. I'll go ahead and track this as a winning trade. Actually, I believe that was our 3rd loss, so wasn't it? So that would end the session. That's a winning target 3 and 4, and trailing at 27.2 at the moment. Lots of time to get into the short here. And that didn't quite make target 1 the first time, back and forth. and a full stop out. So that's going to end the MNQ session as well. And of course, as soon as we end the session, we go for a nice, that's a 5 seconds, 9 seconds, another 6, another 3. That's questionable whether we could have gotten into it or not, but the session's over at this point anyway. Targets 2 and 3. And the Russell doing quite well at the moment. Nothing new on the pound Aussie. So we had the one break-even trade and then flat after that. Excuse me. I seem to be recovering somewhat from the sinus infection, but hopefully by the time I'll see everybody next Tuesday, but hopefully by the time I get back from traveling, I will be sounding a little better. Yeah, the Russell and the MNQ both doing quite well in these long trades, but I think both of them were a little too fast to get into. And soybeans taking 2 targets on the short. 13 and 20 for 33, and then picking up 82.50 from 84.58 on the trailer. Actually 9, because we've got a stop and reverse. Actually, the stop and reverse has not. We did stop out at the 8 ticks, and we have a potential long trade that didn't actually become valid until we were back below the entry. So we got 41 of 44. Our long to short our long was an 11 tick loss. So 44 ticks, we got back 41 of it. Let's see if we actually had gotten. Okay. Sorry, I did when I came back. No, I'm not suffering. It's just a real nuisance and draining into my throat and making me sound terrible. Hacking cough to clear the throat, but not much else other than that. Doctor put me on a course of antibiotics. I just finished that, so we'll see if it goes ahead and clears up in the next week. If not, I'm back to see her again. And both the MNQ and the Russell stopping out of the long trades. I was going to go back and take a look. So we got long there. Yeah, we did get short. So we were short from 84.50. long 86.25. That would have been 9 ticks. So that would have been 36 tick loss. And that was a full loss on that trade. Actually, no, that wasn't a full loss. So that would have been 86.25 to that's going to be about 10 ticks. So we're down 70, I'd say 76 roughly. Maybe and call it 84. Then we probably came out here. Yeah, 83.50. So 11.44 and 36. Yeah, we're down 80 ticks. So then we've got 29 on the 29 on targets, and so we got 40. We're still down 40, 41. So we're down 39. Down another 44. So we're down 83. And we get 41 on that. So we're down 42. And okay, then we go short here at 78.25, and that's where we are net currently. That's going to be 9 ticks to target. 9, 14, and 20. So that would be 20. If we get target 3, we're we get target 3, we're exactly even, and so that's where we are there. Roger, back to your question. The only pair I've been day trading, has been the pound Aussie, and it can be an interesting pair. But you can. I know the swing trade pairs that we use in the Spotlight FX alert service are the pound yen. We actually use the 4-hour and the daily chart there, the custom 4-hour plan. And those are all on CPT Counterpunch. So we use the custom 4-hour and the basic daily for the pound yen. We use the Aussie yen, the Euro Aussie, Euro pound, Euro yen, pound Aussie, and USD Swiss, USD CHF, Swiss franc. So those 8 charts, 7 pairs currently in SPFX. But I know Troy has 12 or 13. He has 12 or 13 pairs, I know, on his Forex testing workspace for swing trades for CPT. And I know one additional on that comes to mind is the New Zealand US, NZD USD. And that's a custom plan that's on the CPT site as well. But most of those pairs are just on the basic chart. using standard targeting. I use a 20 pip trail rather than the 2 pip trail. But other than that, they're pretty standard. Okay, within one, looks like within one tick, within one tick of target 1 on the soybean short. See if we can get that one. That'll be 9, we'll be down 34. And there's target 1. Good for 9 ticks. Pushing right down onto target 2. Good for 14. 78.25 to 74.75. But now bouncing a bit. We'll have to see. All right. No, Roger, the only one on the 4-hour time frame is the pound yen custom plan that's been around for quite a while in Counterpunch. The rest are all on daily charts. So in other words, we have all 7 of those. All 7 pairs are on daily charts, and we additionally have the pound yen on the 4-hour chart. Okay, if in a single account, typically you'd choose either the daily or the 4-hour chart on that, or you can separate it into 2 accounts, so you don't have problems with the first in, first out rules that most Forex brokers in the U.S. adhere to, that they're required to adhere to in the U.S. Yeah, quite welcome. Okay, let's see if... Okay, we did stop out on the soybeans trade, so that puts us down 31 on the day, so just shy of 8 points. So I'm going, unless there are other questions, I'm going to sign off and rest my voice for a few minutes, and I'll be back. I'll try to start it up just before 11 o'clock for the crude oil inventory report. We'll wait for 11:02 and try to get our session in on crude. So we will see everybody back here at 11 o'clock. unless I see some questions. You're most welcome, Miles. All right. All I see is a thank you from Miles. So I will see everybody in about 20. I'll try to log in 4 or 5 minutes ahead. You'll see everybody in about 20 minutes.